Well, it's an exciting time in Loveland right now after an egg has been found inside a bald eagle's nest.
Yeah, so Catherine Budak joining us live to talk all about the buzz surrounding that discovery. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning. I tell you what, for the past 24 hours, and I know you guys know this is true, I have been just watching this live cam. I just realized it existed, and I tell you what, it is so cool. You can watch it live on YouTube, the Eagle Cam. I'm here with Jason. You have to tell me about this because this is such a cool thing. You get to kind of be in the lives of these eagles.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something we're very excited to bring here at Little Miami Conservancy. We started with the live Eagle Cam September 2021.
Gotcha.
And so it's been amazing to be able to see the lives of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this is an exciting time of year with the eggs laid.
Yes, and so it was funny because they tossed to us and they talked about the one egg, but we have some breaking news. Tell me this.
We do, yes. The first egg was laid on the 11th. And yesterday on Valentine's Day, we were able to confirm a second egg was laid.
That is so cool. So there's 2 eggs in there, and I tell you what, it's just fascinating to me to kind of look at these eagles and kind of see their lives. They're paired up for life, and these ones have been together for a while, most likely now. Tell me about what's going to happen now, and this is normal for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, their courtship begins in October and goes to about December. And then so right now we have about 30 to 35 days that we'll be waiting. And then after that, hopefully we'll have egg hatching. Last year our eggs hatched at April Fool's Day. And so that's something that we'll be looking forward to over the next 30, 35 days.
So you're thinking about April-ish. We might have 2 little chicks, I guess. Would that be what an eagle baby's called?
Yeah, and so, and then it'd be an eaglet once they start that process after the chicks are born and, survive and have a wonderful life. And then so that'll be exciting. So we're probably late March, early April. It's hard to say because we're a little bit earlier this year than last year, but we just can't wait. We'll wait in anticipation and watch them do their thing.
It's so much fun too because I mentioned earlier it's like you kind of get a bit of what their lives are like because right now it's so windy out there. If you catch them now, and I'm sure you guys just saw it, they're kind of hunkered down. They have no problem though dealing with these conditions, right?
Absolutely. They're well adapted to these conditions. They do take turns, and so the male and female will take turns keeping the eggs nice and warm right now, but that's the activity that you'll see right now is they're just hunkered down in this weather and just doing everything they can to keep them as warm.
And I noticed he's all fluffed up too. So the eggs are safe and warm in this wind, and I tell you what, this is pretty cool to check out. So go to their YouTube page and enjoy watching these 2 eagles have their little babies, their eaglets. Let's send it back to you.
And is it open for the public too at the Conservancy to come in and check things out?
Yes, well, the Eagle's Nest is on a private property.
Okay.
Can folks just come in here and come and hang out and ask you questions?
Yeah, we're here. This is our River Center here in Railroad Avenue in downtown Loveland. And then also you can get a lot of information on our website at littlemiami.org.
Perfect. Yes, and that's where you can get the live cam as well.
And I love the breaking news you brought, Catherine. There's 2 eggs. There you go.
I know. Exciting. I just found that out too. So
we'll name one Catherine.
It's an exciting time in Loveland right now after an egg has been found inside a bald eagle's nest there.
Yeah, so Catherine Budak joining us live to talk all about the buzz.
This is really cool, Catherine.
Yes, that's right. What's that account? Not 1, but 2 eggs, you guys. So, you can check it out behind me. This is the live cam that you guys can watch on YouTube. And it's so cool because tell us about the discovery, you can say, because it was a Valentine's Day egg, right?
The second egg was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Yeah, so the first egg was hatched on Saturday. And so we have a team of volunteers that watch very closely, and they're looking for that activity. So the first thing that we see is, the eagles start spending a lot of time in the nest. And so that's the first thing. And then, it's hard to see, though, where those eggs are because we have to rely on the eagles to get up and move around. And so when we were looking for the second egg, some of the experts were able to tell that, that the eagles were laying a little bit differently, covering up a little, taking a little more room to cover up. And so they suspected a second egg. And so that's when they poured through the video to find, any evidence, and we were able to confirm that second egg.
And I love it too. Yesterday it was so sweet too. You can just tell that the eagles are, they're keeping it warm. This is a normal time. You think February, it's so cold, but I mean, they're used to this type of weather, I guess. They stay all year round, right?
Absolutely, they do stay all year round, and the adults do. Now, once the eaglets grow into fledglings and then they leave the nest, now they will sometimes migrate to a different area because eagles are highly territorial, and so those young will move off and they'll have to kind of go out on their own and and find their own. So sometimes they'll migrate to a different area to the south, but the adults, they'll stick around the area year round.
And I think it's so cool because we want to know that this is the conservation effort that you guys do to keep the river natural. Tell me about, you guys do a lot of work, and eagles now are off the endangered species list.
Yes, it's a great story. In 2000, there was less than 100 eagles nests statewide, and last year when ODNR did their nests, they have over 800 nests statewide now. And that's really an indicator that the work that we're doing and other partners and organizations are doing to improve water quality is really having an impact, because the eagles are a keystone species. They're an indicator that the ecosystem is healthy. And so for us as an organization, we're very happy. We protect over 2,200 acres of land all along the river, and a lot of that is eagle habitat.
It's amazing, and it really is. It's truly so cool to see how big these eagles are. If you do get to see them, in person, their wingspan, I want to say they're like 6 or 7 feet, right? So yeah, it's just so cool. You can check it out live. This is happening right now. 2 little baby eggs under there. Let's send it back to you.
Do the eagles have names? Do they have names, Catherine?
They do have names,
Yes.
and they were named by the community, right? Kind of the eagle watching community.
Yes, we have a local group that watches very closely, and for the past over year or so, and so they have named them Betty and Baker. So those aren't our official names for them, but that's kind of what the local community has named them.
That's
Yes, so Baker and Betty.
No,
Isn't
I
that
like
sweet?
Baker and Betty. That's cute. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate it. And the Eagles, they're strong, right? They got those strong windspans, and they're going to be flying into the wind here today. Man, it's a gusty afternoon on tap.
Well, it's an exciting time in Loveland right now after an egg has been found inside a bald eagle's nest there. And it's not actually one egg, it's 2 eggs we're learning this morning.
So Catherine Bodak is live with all of the buzz.
That's right. You can see the egg right here. One of the birds has left, one of the eagles, I should say, and there's another one in there. We kind of have an angle, so it might be a little harder to see, but Jason, this is just so cool. This is the first time I get to see the egg. It must be so exciting when you kind of get that visual confirmation it's there.
It is, and and there could be a second egg that we're assuming is in there too that you can't see, and this is it's typical that they will leave both adults will leave the nest. The mother or one of them could be right nearby.
Right, stretching her legs.
Absolutely, taking a break. And the sun's coming up, and so, it's time to go out and get some food as well.
Sure, so it's really nice to this camera because you can see it pretty much 24/7, I want to say. It has that night vision, and then it has a beautiful shot during the day. It's nice to kind of be able to use that, I'm sure, to be able to monitor it 24/7.
It is, yeah. And what we'll do is in the mornings we have volunteers that they'll go and they'll pour through the video from the night to see if there was anything interesting that happened. And then once the sun comes up, we get to see all the vibrant colors and really get to see the detail.
And I wanted to say too that yes, so in April we're looking for hopefully some little eaglets in there, but that's an exciting time. You said that the YouTube camera and kind of gets really popular. That channel gets popular that time.
It does, yeah. This, last year whenever the eggs were hatched and we were waiting for the chicks and the chicks came, we had over 400,000 viewers. So it's become very, very popular, and we're already seeing that activity pick up on our YouTube channel and on our website as well.
This is an exciting time too, and you think mid-February, is this too early? But they're right on par with where they should be right now, these 2 eagles.
They are, absolutely. The mating process begins in October, goes till December, and then January, February is typically when we're looking for that activity where they start spending a lot more time at the nest, getting the nest ready for those eggs, and then that's where we wait another 35 days for the eggs to hatch around early April.
It's so exciting to see just everything all play out that way, so you can kind of get I guess a little taste of what their lives are like, along the Miami River there. And yeah, let's send it back into you, Frank. I've had a lot of fun this morning checking out this camera. Now that the sun's coming up, we're going to see some nice color.
Yeah, I love the fact, too, that you broke the news this morning that there was 2 eggs, not just 1.
There's Yes, there's 2 in there somewhere. They
Yeah.
kind of move around and roll around sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Got to adjust them, keep them warm, keep them all nice and ready to hatch. Thanks so much, Catherine. Appreciate it. 15 after 7 now.